Hi guys, Aslam Khan here today to teach you chapter number 10, which is purchase journal, sales journal, and general journal. In this video, I'm going to speak about purchase journal as well as sales journal, but I'm not going to speak about general journal on this video because I have very limited span of time. Within this span of time, I just need to record entire thing. And I hope purchase journal and sales journal, I'm going to do all the activities in this video. And please watch the entire video so then you will score better on your exams as well as in your school papers. In this video's description below, I have put the past papers which I have done for purchase journal, sales journal, for O-level exam papers, exact papers. To learn with me more, you need to subscribe my channel, and also whenever I upload a video, it will be notified to you directly the moment I upload a video. That's the reason I'm asking you to subscribe. So when you subscribe, then of course every time I upload a video related to your subject, you will be always getting notified. So from chapter number 1 to chapter number 9, I have completely done everything with the activities I have explained you. You can see it in the description below. You can learn entire thing, and also if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel and also comment if you whatever you feel about this video. You can put a comment, then I can make myself a bit better on the way I deliver to you my service. Then let's start with this particular thing: purchase journal, sales journal, and general journal. Chapter number 10 is what we're gonna speak about. So what is purchase journal? I'm not going to go on to the entire thing and explain you, but I'll just explain you what is a purchase journal, because they won't ask that deeper into this purchase journal, but then they will ask you in the format way that you need to practice, and you need to show that what do you know in purchase journal. So let's move on to purchase journal. A purchase journal is where when you purchase goods from a credit supplier, when supplier is giving the goods for you, we say it as we record it under purchase journal. Whenever you purchase goods from credit supplier, we should record it under purchase journal. Why? Because we buy goods on credit. Now, the purchase on cash, those transactions doesn't come under purchase journal. So students should not get mistaken that purchase on cash should not be taken under purchase journal. Only purchase on credit from the credit supplier should be taken under purchase journal. So with that knowledge, you need to also understand that whenever you are making a purchase, like when you are having a purchase journal, the purchase journal is prepared with the invoice called purchase invoice. Who issues this purchase invoice? It is issued by the credit supplier. Now, for a quick revision, I'll just move on to the areas which is very important on this paragraph. You might see that the business might buy the goods on credit as well as in cash, but then this purchase journal is only for credit purposes. So, okay, so this is purchase journal, or we can also say it as purchase daybook. So whatever I underline that in your textbook. Then you can also say that the person who is giving the goods on credit are known as trade creditors. And when we are getting a document to make the purchase journal, we have this invoice. We don't say invoice, we should say it as purchase invoice. Here you can write in your textbook it as purchase invoice. So we record it as purchase invoice. That easy is that. Then after that, you know the format of purchase invoice. The same format is tested in your exam. So I'm going to go a bit down. Now this is an invoice. This is not the format I'm talking about. I'm talking about the purchase journal format. So this is the format they will be giving you in exams. They have given drawing books like Deshan Bookshop, Main Street, Deibala, the manager Rashmi Bookshop. So Deshan Bookshop is the credit supplier. Is giving us the goods which is for Rashmi Bookshop. And these are the values: 14 unit price, 4,000, 2,000 unit price, 26,000. 120 into 60 7,200, and they get a discount 3,720. From this value 10%, and we get 33,480. Now remember, when you record this transaction, how do we record this transaction will be explained in detail on the upcoming pages. So let's move on to the next part. We don't want to go deeper onto those areas. Now you know how invoice work, and you might see they have given one more particular thing for me to explain, that is this condition. Now you might see here there's a condition. Let me zoom a bit for you. You'll have a idea overall view of this condition. You don't want to read the entire textbook, guys. I know that you might not have much time to read the entire textbook, so I request you guys, whatever I'm speaking and whatever I'm speaking towards you on this textbook, and I'm asking you to mark it down, that areas is more than enough for you to score and go for an A. So you don't want to read the entire textbook. Just make it simple, and accounting is very simple subject. Don't make it a complicated one. So here you have 530 and net 60. So they're saying that you have time to pay the money in 60 days, but if you are paying it in 30 days, you get a discount of 5%. That's what they have meant in this 5 to 30 net 60. So 5 to 30 means you get 5% discount whenever you pay the money within the 30 days, and 60 days is the time period which they have given. So that's what they are meaning here. So then with that knowledge, yeah, that's how an invoice work. We're gonna see a purchase journal format. A purchase journal format will have date, invoice number, supplier, total value, and ledger page. Now, the student asked me why a ledger page is very important for a purchase journal. You didn't understand one particular thing. A ledger page is used to write which number of page it goes. Maybe in page 1, page 2, page 3. They might be having a lot of pages. Earlier, people used to do accounting in manually. They don't have like today Excels, and they don't have today SAP books like SAP accounting. There are a lot of softwares which we can do without recording manually. But in exams, you need to record it manually to show that sometimes systems can go wrong, but then you need to show that you know it particularly under purchase journal. So what is purchase journal? This is the format of purchase journal. This is where you will record the credit purchase. You remember that credit purchase should be recorded under purchase journal. So you have date, you have invoice, you have supplier, you have total value, and you have ledger page. So moving on to the format they are given. Now we're going to do this sum together. The following information of Lihini's business, which buys stationery for reselling, they are given certain values, and they have also given purchase journal will be prepared as follows. So now you need to take a writing book with you. So you're gonna do the exact sum with me. I'm gonna take a new sheet. This some other work which I have done for another student. Anyway, so let me zoom a bit. Okay. So I'm gonna prepare the format. So take your pen and pen. 5 columns is the column you need to use when you're doing this sum. Let me start with the date. Date. Then we have invoice number. Then we have, remember this is a credit purchase, so we have suppliers, supplier. Then we have, what do we have? Supplier, I'll take a bit more, and the total amount. You can write amount or total amount, whatever you feel convenient. Examiner doesn't reduce marks for that. And also you have ledger page. So you can write ledger if you need. And you don't use ledger in exam, but still the format is mandatory to put. So I'm gonna open up a format like this. Right now, I'm going to record everything one by one. Just listen to this very carefully, so we will not go wrong. The first one. Now, let me ask, what business is this? Who are we? That's one of the important things when you're doing this sum. You should be able to understand. So I'm going to go a bit up to show you what business we are. We are Lihini's business, which buys stationery for reselling. So we have purchased certain goods from certain suppliers. We are not purchasing from one person. We are purchasing from different suppliers: Namal, Sahan, Purnima, and also we have, what is the other name we have? Other name we have is Purnima. We have invoice twice. So I'm going to write this values in my account. Invoice, date. Let's go one by one. The first one, the date. The net value of the invoice 115 of, let me zoom out a bit so I'll have a complete view on what I'm reading. Right. No problem. So you guys have the textbook, I hope so. So when you are doing the sum, you need to have the textbook with you. So the net value of the invoice number 115 under which goods are bought from Namal is 22,000. So the date is 1/3. So write the date 1/3, right? So 1st March, the invoice number, what is the invoice number we have? The supplier's name is Namal, invoice number is 115, and Namal has given us 22,000 worth of goods. So Namal, amount is 22,000, right? That easy, guys. So once we have completed this particular part, now I'm moving on to the next part. What do we have? 1st March is done. We have the net value of the invoice number 65 under which goods are bought from Sahan is rupees 28,000. So I'm going to move on to Sahan account, but then it is 3rd 10. So 10th March, we have 10th March. The invoice number is 65, if I'm not mistaken, and Sahan, right? So this is how you record these values, guys. And it is 28,000. So I'm going to record 28,000. I hope you guys are doing with me. Then we have the next part. What do we have on the sum? On the sum, we are having the net value of the invoice number 43 under which goods are bought from Purnima is rupees 26,000. So I'm going to take Purnima's account and let me put the value. And invoice number 43 and 26,000. But forget the date. What is the date, guys? You have the textbook. 20th 3rd. So I'll write here 20th 3rd. 20th. Easy as that. We have done that also particularly. Then we move on to the next part of the sum. What do we have? We have 25th 3rd 2000. The net value of the invoice number 48 under which goods are bought from Purnima. Again, we bought from Purnima 12,000 worth of goods. So then 48 invoice number Purnima is the supplier who has given a second time the credit. I think it's 12,000, right? It's 12,000 and date is 25th third. So 12,000. So I'm going to take 12,000 here. And I'll write here 25th. So now you should not write like 3rd and 25th. Like you can write whatever the format you want, but the date should be very visible for the examiner when you're doing it in the exam paper. Now, anyway, why I speak about examiner, because once you do this, some students who are getting ready for O levels might learn this. So for them only, I'm giving this type of advice. The students who are grade 10, you don't want to worry much about. But the video under this video, there's a description where I have done past papers on this particular area. If you have time, watch that video, then that will be useful how to do past papers. Anyway, so moving on to the sum, I'm going to take a border. So 2 lines is more than enough. You can see these 2 lines I have put, visible 2 lines. So I'm going to take the total of this and I'm going to transfer. Now, where do this transfer this type of amount? This is where the student have a confusion. This entire amount should be transferred to one particular account. That account is what we said as purchase account, because this is purchase journal which I am preparing. So I'm going to transfer this value from purchase journal to purchase account. And you just need to know one particular thing. Now, this purchase journal is related to whom? Okay. This purchase journal is related to Lihini's business. So you can write Lihini's purchase journal, or you can also write just Lihini's business on top of that. But I just, for now, this is just a particular sum, so I don't want to show it off. 22, 28, 16, and 12. So you can see the entire top is 88,000. I'll write here 88,000. After getting 88,000, I need to remember to write one particular thing. This happens on the month end. So 31st third, right? 31st third, this happens. You will write transfer to what account, guys? Purchase ledger. So you transfer the amount to purchase ledger account. That's the final thing. But now, how do you record this under the purchase ledger account? I'm going to open up a purchase ledger account and I'm going to go the complete view. The complete view on what I'm going to do. You need to know what I'm going to do. So I'll open up a purchase ledger account here. First of all, so let me record it. Purchase ledger account, right? So here I will record as purchase account. You will transfer this amount to purchase account because it's a purchase. Purchase is an asset. So we need to take this 88,000 to the purchase account on the debit side. How do you take this amount? We'll just write 88,000 here, and I'll write the amount transferred to purchase ledger, because when you transfer the purchase ledger, as I said, when you it's in the textbook wrong, right? I've said here they have these values which I have deducted. Never take these values because they have given it in a wrong manner. In exam, sometimes they are also not correct. They might go wrong somewhere. Yeah. So we should be very careful when examiners also get tested. It's not an expense, actually, it's a current asset. So current asset is also like inventory is an asset, but they have given it is an expense. That's the reason we are taking on the debit side. It's not an expense, guys. When you purchase, it is a asset, and we should take it on the debit side because it's an asset. Because purchases and inventory both are same. Instead of inventory, we say it as purchases for your understanding. So let's move on to the point what we want to discuss. So we have purchase account 88,000. So how do you record this on the month end 31st third? You'll record it as creditors, or you can also use the term called trade payables. Why we are using creditors or trade payables? Because these are credit suppliers. So credit suppliers, we say them as creditors or trade payables. So we have recorded it on the purchase account completely in an easy way. Now what we need to do after recording this, now we have a few more accounts to record. What are the four accounts? Like 3 accounts they are given: Namal, Sahan, and Purnima. So we don't want to record the invoice number, but then we can record the. We don't want to record the invoice number, but we can record the name and the amount. That's more than enough for us to do it. So let's start 4 accounts. I'm going to take 4 accounts, guys. You know, my ledger account might be big and small because here I have taken a big value, big gap. That's the reason. So I'll take this area. And then I'll copy 3 accounts, 2 and 3. So I'll start with the first one. What is the name they have given? Namal account. Namal is a credit supplier. So creditors account, if debit, purchase account is debit. Creditors account, Namal amount, you will write 22,000. And also I'll zoom a bit so you'll have a complete view on what I'm doing. And Namal account 22,000, and I'll write here Here I will write purchases. What's the date they have purchased? 1st March. So 1st March purchases. You can write purchase. Right. So that's done. That's easy. We are done normal account. Then we move on to the next part, Sahan account. You don't want to write the invoice number as I said. You record Sahan account. And then again creditor, purchase account is debit. So the double entry should be creditors account credit. So you will record creditors account 28,000. And what is the date you have made the purchase? On 10th March, 65 is the invoice number. So you'll never say 65 invoice number, but then you'll record the date. 3rd, 10th, 3rd, again you will say purchases because you are transferring the value from purchase account one by one. So here you don't prepare a creditors account on this sum. A creditors control account for your knowledge that is tested in your advanced level. For your O level, you have only been tested this much only. So then we move on to the next part. We have Purnima. So I'll move on to Purnima and I'll record here Purnima account, right? What is the date of Purnima? Purnima has made two purchases. One is on 20, I mean, we purchased from Purnima on 2 days. One is on 20th 3rd, other one is on 25th 3rd. So 20th 3rd is 26,000 and 25th 3rd is 12,000. So I'll write here 20th 3rd, 20th 3rd. What I will write 23rd, I think 26,000, and I'll write here purchases. And 25th 3rd again purchases. Let me record the values correctly. So 25,000. And what else we have? After writing 25,000, we have one more value that is 12,000. Now you don't want to balance it off and show like students answer, do I need to balance it in the exams? Examiner never asks you to balance this sum because you already don't have, you are doing the sum in out of time. And when you are going to balance this sum within that particular time, you will not have a time to balance. So I will not recommend you guys to balance it. If you have time, balance it and show that you can do better. But for 4 to 5 marks or 3 marks, this question will be tested. Most probably not more than 5 marks. So don't waste your time balancing these accounts just for expecting that examiner will give you more marks on exams. That doesn't happen. So this is how a purchase journal should be done. With that knowledge, now we are going to move on to the activities which they are given on the sum. So we have already spoken about. Let me take you to the textbook. Let me help you which areas we have finished now. So we spoke about purchase journal, which is the purchase invoice. I showed you how a purchase invoice looks like from the creditor side. Then I explained you what is a purchase journal. Then I explained you how to record the purchase journals on the purchase journal account. Then I explained you how this type of transaction should be recorded on the purchase journal and how this transaction should be recorded to the ledger accounts. So after recording the ledger accounts, now we are going to move on to the 137 page activity 1 and activity 2. So it's not going to be a big activity, but then we are going to do it fast. Activity 1. Prepare the purchase journal with the information given below of Indica's business and post them into the ledger. As most of the students is asking me to do the activities, and I used to skip activities earlier, but now I don't because students are requesting, and you are my favorite. I'm doing these classes for you, and whenever you ask something, I can't deny it, right? So I should do whatever you ask, and I always give value for my students who are asking. So whatever the things you want to ask, you can ask in the comment section. So whenever you comment something, I value it. And this video is also posted because many students were asking chapter number 10. Some few were asking even to complete the entire syllabus. And I'm trying to do my best even at my busy schedule. So now we have date, invoice number, supplier, amount, ledger the same way. But then we're going to start the some activity 1. So I'm going to write activity 1. And this is Indica's business. I'm going to put for your knowledge activity 1, right? Indica's business. So now I'm going to do the purchase journal. Let me start with the first one, the date. What do we have? We have 6th, 5th, so which means May 6th, we have May 6th. We have the invoice number of, I hope you guys are doing with me, 82 and Amaranayaka. So 82 and Amaranayaka. I'll write invoice number 82 and write Amaranayaka, right? What is the amount they are given for Amaranayaka? The amount is 15,000. So I'll record 15,000 here. After recording the 15,000, I'll move on to the next part. What do we have? We have 12th, 5th, 45, Vijay Nayaka, 18,000. So I'll record 12th, 5th. Okay, so 12th, 5th. What is the invoice number? Invoice number is 45, Vijay Nayaka 18,000. So invoice number 45, Vijay Nayaka. Guys, if my spelling is wrong, don't worry. You will not be reduced marks in exams because you wrote the value, spelling wrong. This is not English exam. This is business studies and accounting. So 18,000. So I record 18,000. It's done. Then we move on to the next part of the sum. We have 20th, 5th, 36 Karna Ratna. So 20th, 5th, 520, 36 Karna Ratna. Right. What is the value they have given on Karna Ratna, guys? They have given the value of 34,000. So I'm going to record 34,000 on the amount column. Then after recording 34,000, yeah, I'm going to move on to the next part of the sum. What do we have? On 26th, 5th, we have 73 Heva Vasam. So 26th, 5th, right? We have 73 Heva Vasam. What is the amount Heva Vasam has? We have purchased from Heva Vasam 9,000. So I'm going to write 9,000. Right, and I need one more column, so I'm going to take one more column because on the previous one there was only 4 adjustments, but now here they are given 5. I'm going to add one more. So insert, yeah. So I'm going to take it as a normal column. Okay. So now here I have on 26th is done. So we have 28th, 5th, 94, 28th, 5th, 94. So I'll write 28th, 5th, 28th, 94. What is the name we are going to take? We're going to write Abhay Nayaka. What are we going to do? We are going to write Abhay Nayaka. So Abhay Nayaka. What is the value Abhay Nayaka has given? Abhay Nayaka has given 20,000. So I have recorded 20,000 here. I'm going to take the entire total of the Indica's business and get the total. What is the value they are given? 15,000 plus 18,000 is 33,000. 34,000 is 67,000 plus 9,000 76,000 plus 20,000 is going to be yeah, how much? 96,000. So I'm going to record this 96,000, but then you need to write the same thing which we wrote here, transfer to purchases ledger account, but you can also say debited to purchase ledger account. Rather than saying transfer to purchase ledger account, you can also say debited to purchase ledger account, whichever you feel convenient. So I can write either debited to purchase ledger account or transfer to purchase ledger account. Both are, but it's better you write debited to purchase ledger account. But examiner says that either one of this is, correct. Debited to purchase ledger account, but it's happening on the month end, 31st. Then I'm moving on to my sum. Okay, so I'm going to take few accounts. Let me draw some ledger account. I'll give you a complete view on what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to take few ledger accounts. Let me take this column as small, so it makes it easy to do. Exactly. So I'm going to copy a ledger account first of all. So there I need 6 ledger accounts actually to this sum. So 1, 1, 2. Okay, so we have 3. Yeah, we have 3. We have 4. We have 5, and we got the 6th one. So I'm going to start with the purchase account first of all. So record purchase here, purchases account, right? So after recording purchase account, what is the amount you will write? Here you will write 31st, 5th. You will write creditors, or you can also write what is the term I said you? Trade payables. The entire value, right? So here you will record 96,000. That easy it was, guys, to do this sum. Then I'm moving on to the next part of the sum. I'm going to start the next part. What is the next part we have? Vijay Nayaka. I'll start with the Amara Nayaka, the first person. Amara Nayaka. Amara Nayaka is a supplier. So I'll start with 6th May. So 6th May, they had a purchase we have made. Purchase 15,000. So I recorded that on Amara Nayaka's credit side. You can see this, guys. Then I move on to the next part, Vijay Nayaka. So I'm going to take Vijay Nayaka here. Vijay Nayaka. And I'm going to write Vijay Nayaka. 12th May. So I'll write 12th May purchases. Remember to write purchase because purchase account debit and the relevant account, the creditors account will become credit. So purchases 18,000. Okay. Then I move on to the next part. Karuna Ratna is the third person they have given. Karuna Ratna. And what is the amount Karuna Ratna is going to get? 34,000. And again, you're going to write the date 20th May. Right, 20th May purchases. Then what do we have? The next few things. Heva Vasam and Abhay Nayaka. So I'm going to move on to Heva Vasam account. This account is fine. Remember to put account in all the adjustment, guys. Don't just put like Amar Nayak account is there. Karnaratna, I forgot to put an account. So let me put an account here. Right. And also I forgot to put Vijay Nayak account. So that's done. Karnaratna done. Heva Vasam. What's the value of Heva Vasam, guys? 9,000. So I'll write 26th, 5th purchases. We have 9,000. Right. So then that's done. We have, what else we have? Abhay Nayaka, 20,000. So Abhay Nayaka, is it twice? No. Amar Nayaka was one. So Abhay Nayaka. Again, 28th, 5th. Yeah, purchases. What is the value Abhay Nayaka is having? 20,000. So I'll write here 20,000. So now we have completely done the activity 1. I hope you guys understood activity 1. If you understand activity 1, please comment that you guys understood activity 1. So let's move on to activity 2. If you have anything like my lecturing speed faster, you can go slower on the YouTube. You have the option to go slower. So you can click that go slow like 1.5, 0.5. You can reduce the level of speed what I'm speaking because that's how I speak. And if you feel like I'm very very slow for you, again, you can make it faster. On the YouTube, you have the settings column on this video, you will be able to find it. So let's move on to activity 2. Okay, so we're going to do now activity 2. Activity 1 is done. As my student asked, they want me to do the entire thing. I don't want to leave anything blank when you are learning with me. So activity 2, what do we have in activity 2? Let's start now. Prepare the purchase journal for the month of May 2000 of Save One This business, and also you are saying using the information given below and post them into the ledger. But there is something on the previous sum we didn't do this trade discount, but even on the questions they didn't give trade discount, but they are given trade discount in this. Now you are a bit confused. How do I do this? And you see PR Sunil, like the same person is coming twice. On previous sum there was no. So on the textbook it's not there, but on the activity it is there. But this activity is the same way the past paper which I have put in the description, that both are completely the same way the exam is going to be. So if you know to do this activity 2, trust me, you will nail your past papers. Now let's move on to this particular date. Let me prepare a format, the same format. I'm going to copy date invoice. I'm going to copy this out. I'm going to zoom a bit, guys. Let me, sorry, I should erase only this part. So let me zoom a bit inside so you can have a complete view on what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put some workings here, guys, to make it easy for you. You also can do the workings with me. Let me keep it this way. This is fine. You can have some sort of workings I'm going to do now on this sum. Let me start with this date one by one. So on 6th, 5th, 2000, I got the invoice number 65. So 6th, 5th, 2000. I got invoice number 65 and supplier is, what's his name? Supplier's name is Pial. Pial is purchasing 20 packets of photocopy paper at 200 each, but got a discount of 10%. How do we record this? Now let me move on to Pial. You don't worry about what they are purchasing actually. You can, if you want, you can write down here, like if it is mandatory, but I don't recommend photocopy machines. So 20 is the packets of photocopy papers. Photocopy papers is the product we are buying at 200 each. So let me move on. So I'll write here photocopy papers. So I'll write. So here PL 6th May. If you want to for your understanding, You got 20 copies of papers for 200. So actually you are getting a value of 4,000. But you got a discount. You can see in my cash book working how I teach you trade discount and cash discount completely. So go to chapter number 8 if you do not have an idea about discount. So you can have a complete view on what I have done. So 4,000 is the value into 10% is the discount which we are receiving. So 10%, 4,000 into 10 over 100 will give me a value of 400. So what is the value I should actually pay? 4,000 is the amount which we purchased. 400 is the discount. So I'll remove this discount, and now we need to pay only 3,600. So we'll not show the entire value, the workings under purchase journal, but the amount. That is the main thing you need to show. Now I have showed you 6/5. How did I get this value? Now let me move on to the next part of the sum. What do we have? We have 12/5. We had Sunil. So I'm going to move on to Sunil's account. Right? 12/5 Sunil. So let me write what Sunil has done. Yeah. So we have Sunil. What did Sunil purchase from us? Sunil purchased, we purchased from Sunil 30 packets of photocopy papers. Again, photocopy papers. So I'm going to write here photocopy papers. Again, it's not a mandatory thing to write these narrations. Then the values. How do you calculate the value? Again, the same way which we did. 30 packets of photocopy papers at 20 250. So now I'm going to move on to here. 12/5. We purchased 30 photocopy papers as 250. So 30 into 250 will give me 7,500. So in 7,500, I'm getting a discount of 5 over 100, which is 375, because 10% is 750. In that half means it is 375. So 7,500 is the amount which we need to pay, but then they are giving a discount of 375. When deduct 375, so we'll get 7,135. So I'll record it under amount 7,135. So that easy is that adjustment. Then moving on to the next part, but I forgot to write the invoice number, which is 38. So I'm going to write here 38. And then I'm going to move on to the next part of the sum. What do we have? We have 15/5/2043. Ranil is purchasing 30 calculators at 2,400 each. So I'm going to take here Ranil 30 calculators at 400 each. So I can show you here. What is the date, guys? 15th. I think 15th. 15th, right? And what is the value? What is the invoice number? 43. So 15/5. Okay, 15/5. 5/15. 43 invoice number. So we can show here. How did we get the value? 15/5. We have 30 copies at 400 each, which is 12,000. There's no discount, so you can directly take the value of 12,000. So I can show you here 12,000, and here you can write the calculators. He purchased calculators. Okay, that easy. We are done with that adjustment. Then we move on to the next part of the sum. 15 May is done. 20th/5 2000 they are given. So 20th/5, how do you record? 5/20. What is the value they are given? They are given a value of 168 again PL. So 168 PL, but they are buying half sheets in this sum. PL half sheets. So what is the value PL is giving us the goods, guys? 20 packets of half sheet at 240 each. So 20%, 20 packets of half sheet. Okay, so I'm going to take 20th May, 20 packet of half sheet for 240 each. So which will give you 2 into 24 is 48 and 3 zeros. 2 zeros. 4,800. In this, you get a discount of 10%, which is 480, right, guys? So get 480. So if you get 4,800 and if you deduct, if you get 4,800, you deduct 480, what is your value? I can just find it out. 4,800 minus 480 will give you a value of 4,320. So that is the value which we should take it into the books of account. So I'm going to erase this out. Then I'll move on to the sum. 4,320. Now after recording this, then easy as that, we are moving on to the next adjustment. Sunil 20 calculators at 400 each. Again, Sunil is buying some calculators. Sunil is giving us calculators 20. Okay, 25th. Sunil calculators. So what is the value? What is the invoice number they are given? Invoice number is 140, but 20 into 400, it's that easy. 140. So 20 into 400, Sunil. What is the date? 25th. 20 into 400 will give you a value of 8,000, because 22 into 4 is 8, then 3 zeros, 8,000. So then we move on to the sum. We can get the total of the sum. We are going to add 3,600, 7,135, then 12,000 plus 27,055 plus 35,055. You guys can see this my cursor. You can see with my cursor what is the value I got. So I got a value of 35,055. So I'm going to record here 35,055 value. Now what I need to do, I just need to post these values into the ledger account. As you all know how to post this into ledger account. How do you post this, guys? It's that easy. How do you do this? So let's see what they have asked us to do on the sum. On this, they have asked us to post it on the. They're not asking anything. They have asked us to post them in the ledger. So as per the sum, I'm gonna do the posting to the ledger account the same way, similar way which we did for all the sum. First of all, I'll open up a purchase account. I'm gonna move on to my Let me open up a purchase account. What have I done? So open up a purchase account and transfer the values, guys, first of all. Yeah. So I'll take the right border. I'm going to erase this off because you already know now how I got this value. So you can see the video again and again to know how did I do this calculation. So I'll take this value to the other side to make it easy for me to calculate. Yeah. So I took this value. Here I'll write purchases account. Here I will write the transfer to ledger account, debited to purchase account. Purchase ledger account. The date is 31st May. It's 5th, 31st. That's done, guys. So I'm going to take it into purchase account. What is the value which I'm going to take? 35,055. And I'll write here 31st May is the value. So I'll write 31st May creditors or trade payables. Easy as that. So after recording this particular adjustment, now what I need to do, I need to move on to my other ledger accounts, which I'm going to start. There are Sunil, PL, and Ranil, right? 3 accounts are there. So I'm going to open up. I'll give you a complete view of what I'm going to do now. So you can, I hope you guys can see my entire Excel sheet, right? Let me make it a bit small. Wrap it. So I'm going to take 3 accounts. Who are the 3 accounts, guys? Sunil, Ranil, and Pierre. So I'll start 1 account here, 2 account, 2 account, and 3 account. Okay, it takes a lot of space. We'll do it here. So I start with the first one. What's his name? His name is Pial. Pial account, right? So you know that Pial got invoice of 65, photocopy 3,600. So right here 3,600, and the values you can see Pial had 4,320 also. And then so I took this value. I just bolded it out to show you what values I took. And also I can write here what is the date they have given. 3,600 was 6th May. So I'll write here 6th May. Purchase. It's a purchase. Let me make it bigger. Then moving on to the next part. What is the date PL purchased again? 20th May. So I'll write here 20th May. Again, purchase. Right. Then we move on to the next part of the sum. What do we have? We have Sunil. So Sunil has made a purchase. Sunil is there 7,135, and he has purchased 8,000. So I'll write here 7,135 and 8,000. What's the date he has purchased? 7,185 he purchased on 12th May. So I'll write 12th May purchase. 12th May purchase. Then when did he purchase again? 25th May. You can see here Sunil has purchased calculators worth 8,000. So I'll write 25th May purchase. So moving on to the next part, we have recorded Sunil, and the final one is Ranil. So Ranil account. I forgot to put Sunil account. So go on to Sunil and just put account here to make it complete. So Ranil account, what is the amount of Ranil account they are given? Ranil has given has used 12,000. So 12,000 is the value which you need to show. And what is the date? Ranil is making the purchase. You guys can see this. Ranil is making the purchase on 15th May. So 15th 5 and purchase. That's all, guys. So activity done is activity 2 is done. I hope you guys understood activity 2 also. So please comment on the comment section. Did you understand activity 2? I've given you the complete understanding how a purchase journal look like. Like I'll give you the complete view. This is the account which I did. I took this entire 35,055. I transferred it to the purchase account as usual. Then I transferred one by one for each account, the creditors, and then what did we do? And then the entire sum is completely done, guys. So we'll move on to the sales account now. Okay, guys, so let's move on to the next part of the sum, which is sales journal. So let's discuss that also very fast. I will not take much time, and I know that making you guys to sit for a long time is a hard thing. But then I'm trying my best to make yourself comfortable and studying business studies and accounting. So sales journal. What is a sales journal, guys? As I said in purchase journal, when you purchase goods on credit, we should record it under purchase journal, right? The same way, when you are selling the goods on credit to credit customers, we should record it under sales channel. So when we purchase, I mean, when we sell the goods on credit, we don't sell, when we sell on the goods on cash, we don't record it on the sales channel. When we sell the goods on credit, we should record it under sales channel. That's what you need to remember. And the format is not going to be different. It's going to be the same format which we are using for purchase channel, but a bit different the way we are going to name the description column. Earlier we said supplier, now we are not going to say supplier, we are going to say it as customers. And on earlier we used to record it on the credit side of each and every ledger account, but here we are going to record it on the debit side, and we are going to transfer to the credit account rather than debit account on the previous sum. So now let's move on to sales journal. Sales journal is prepared with this sales invoice, and I just want to you guys to highlight few things when we are moving on to the next part. It is a invoice is issued to debtors, and debtors are the credit customers. We don't say creditors, we say them as debtors. And also the sales invoice is the invoice which we use to prepare the sales journal, which I have taught you in 5-minute groups completely. Then there's also trade discount which we get, but then the trade discount cannot be taken into the books of account as we did on the previous activity number 2. You will have a good idea on what we have actually done. Then we're going to see a transaction of a sales ledger, how it works. So let me show you guys how it works. I'm not going to take much time. Here there's a few accounts that are given: date, invoice number, buyer, value. So I'm going to take the same format which they are given. You guys can see the format which they have taken. How does the format looks like for the same format, but they didn't say buyer, they didn't say customer, they said buyer. But I'm going to use in exam and in example, we are not going to say buyer, we are going to say customer. So I'm going to move on to the sum and just record the values which is there. The same way, I want you guys to start doing with me. So we are starting sales journal. So let me copy this off and paste it down. So it's going to be easy for me to do the sum. Yeah. The format is going to be same as I said. What is going to change is the topic and the way we are going to name the suppliers. Here, supplier, instead of supplier, you're going to say customer, right? Or you can also say debtors. It's still correct. Here you can write sales journal. What do you need to write? You need to record sales journal. So once you record sales journal, it's completely correct. I'm going to move on to the sum and explain how it works. Now you guys can see this the same way which we did on the previous purchase account. They are taken the same format, and a similar way you should be able to record it in the sum in order to get a good value of marks on your paper. On 2nd 5th 2000, Amara Singh, a business which buys and sells consumer goods, has given the sales journal for the month ended 31st 5th 2000 can be prepared and posted to the ledger account. So now let me move on to Ratna invoice number 35, 2nd 5th 2000. So I'm going to move on to 2nd 5th. So I'm going to write the dates 2nd 5th, which is May. And let me move on to invoice number. What is the invoice number? 35. So invoice number 35. Yeah. What's the customer's name? Ratna. And what is the value this Ratna is purchasing from us? 5,000. So I'm going to write 5,000 on the amount column. That easy, guys. Then I'll move on to the next part. The next part is what do we have? We have 8th 5th 36 invoice number Kumara. So 36 is the invoice number. 8th 5th. So 5th 8th I'll write 36 Kumara. Right, Kumara. And what is the value they have taken for Kumara? The value they have taken for Kumara is 12,000. So I'm going to record 12,000 it under amount column. That easy. Then we move on to the next part of the sum. We have 10th, 5th, 37 Ratna. So I'm going to move on to 10th, 7. So 5th, 10th, 37. Again, Ratna is the person who is purchasing from us. Then we're going to move on to the amount and see what is the amount Ratna has purchased. It's 8,000. So I'm going to record 8,000. Right, guys? So I'm going to record 8,000. Then we have 10th May. We're almost done. Then we have 20th, 5th Mahanama, Indica Mahanama. So 38, 39, 40, 41. It's going to be Mahanama, Indica, Mahanama, Indica. So I'm going to write the same value. 21st, they are taken. And 23rd, they have taken, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they took 23rd, 23rd, then they took 5th, 25th, and 27th. Right. So they have 4 people, Mahanama and Indica. Same person's name is repetitively repeating. So right here 38, they have given this orderly way. So it's easy for me to prepare the sales journal. So I have written the value. Now I'm going to finalize my sales journal, guys. Okay. So now what is the value they are taken? Mahanama has purchased on 21st. He purchased 21st. Mahanama purchased 13,000. So I'm going to record 13,000 the value. Then Indica is purchasing how much, guys? Indica is purchasing 17,000 and Mahanama again 6,000. So 17,000, 6,000. And what is Indica is again purchasing? Indica is purchasing again 7,000. So I'm going to record 7,000 on the sum. Now we have recorded everything. Let me unbold it, guys. And I just need to add more formats to make this sum complete. I'll write 2 formats, 2 columns is more than enough for me to complete. So now this is the end of the month. We have 31st, 5th, 31st, the final date we are going to transfer, but we don't debit to the purchase account. We are crediting to sales account. Credit to the sales ledger account. You should write this in your exams. And then we have 5,000, 12,000, this entire total. Let me put the correct format for this. So I had put 2 lines to make it's like a total column. So I had all my values. You can see it's 68,000, guys. So I'll write here 68,000. What I need to do, I just need to open up the same way which I did for purchase. Here I'm going to credit the sales ledger account. I'm going to take this for the ledger account of sales account. Let me put the format, guys. Okay. So this is sales ledger account. Okay. Because we are taking this from sales journal, we need to transfer it for sales ledger account. And as this is a credit sales and still it's a sales account, you record it on the sales account first of all. So I'll record here sales 68,000 and the value you can see. Just let me add it again and confirm is it 68,000. Yeah, it's 68,000. I can see the value from a cursor. You can see what I am pointing from the cursor. So 68,000. Here I will record. You can say 31st May. 31st May. You can say debtors. Okay, so you can as in the textbook they are using buyers, but I ask you to use debtors as the term. So now I'm going to open up few accounts. Now there's Ratna, Kumara, Ratna, Mahanama, Indica. So Ratna, Kumara, Mahanama, Indica. There are only 4 letters. So I'm going to open up 4 debtor accounts to make my life comfortable and yours too. So for debtors, you can say traders, or you can also say it as trade receivables, right? Let me erase it off. Then I'll copy paste this one again. I had 4 accounts to prepare. So I'm going to prepare 4 accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'll make it small, guys. So you'll have a complete view on what I'm doing. Yeah, it's too small. Then I'm going to copy here. And maybe here. Let me paste it here, guys. So now my ledger account is a bit here and there. You might see these ledger account sizes. So I say don't worry guys about the size of my ledger account. Just take considerable space for the debit and the credit side, and both sides should be the same way. Don't take, like you see in my ledger account, I have taken like big value on one side and small value on the other side, small space. So that lining is not a problem in this question. What you need to know is like here I have taken sales journal now, so that's the reason I have taken it. If not, it will become very small. Yeah. So here I can write Ratna account. Let's start with Ratna. So what is the value of Ratna? So credit sales account, debit the debtors account, which is trade receivable. So you can write debtors or either trade receivable. So another name for debtors is trade receivable. Okay, so you can use any name in exams, both are accepted. So Ratna account, here you write 2nd May, he is making a purchase. So 2nd May, he's making a sale. We are making a sale for them. So sales is how much? 5,000. Is there any other Ratna in the sum? So yeah, there's one more Ratna, which is on 10th May, 8,000. So I'm going to take 10th May, sales 8,000, right? That easy was that. Then we move on to the second account, Kumara account. So when you are saying Kumara's account, sales account, again credit, or debtors account will become debit. So Kumara is 12,000. Only one Kumara is there, so I'll take 12,000 as sales. What is the date they are taken? Kumara is making a purchase sales of 8th May sales. We have sold the goods for Kumara on 8th May. That easy was that. Then we move on to the next part. Mahanama 13,000. So I'm going to take Mahanama account. And there's another account. What's the account's name? Indica. So I'm going to take Mahanama account first of all. Finalize Mahanama's value. We have 13,000 and a 6,000. And we can see the dates. 21st May. And this was 28th May on the sum. I've taken it wrong, guys. Let me check it. Is it 28th May on the last one? Yes, 28th May. And invoice number 41. So here we don't take invoice number here to the ledger account, as I said on the previous activity. So for Mahanama account, how do you write it? 6,000. Right, then we write Mahanama, sorry, we should record 13,000 first of all, then 6,000. We can write the dates. 13,000 is on 21st May, right? So 21st May is 13,000 and 25th May is 6,000. So 21st May sales and 25th May sales. That easy was that. Then we move on to the next account, Indica account. So Indica account, how do you record, guys? Indica account 7,000 and 17,000. So I'll write here 7,000 and 17,000. So for Indica account, you just need to write the value 23rd May and 28th May. So I'll write here 23rd, 5th sales. I'm sorry, I'm writing on the wrong side. What am I doing? Okay, you should write it on the debit side. We do mistakes, guys. I don't delete this. Even I can stop it and take a video, but we do mistakes. We are humans, right? Even even if I'm qualified, still do mistakes. No worries. So 23rd and 28th, we will record 23rd and 28th. I will record 23rd, 5th sales and 28th, 5th again sales. So that's it, guys. You don't want to, you don't want to finalize this sum. You don't want to finish the ledger account balancing. As I said on the previous video, previous activity 2, I said that you don't want to take the entire thing and balance it. Just showing this balance is more than enough. You know how to balance the ledger account, but showing it off is more than enough. So let's move on to the direct question, activity number 3. Many students has asked me like activity number 3 is a bit hard for them to understand. But let me make it simple and easy. So if you guys understood how sales journal works, please hit a subscribe. Hit a subscribe, and also please inform your friends that there's a channel like this, Commerce with Max. You can learn entire business studies and accounting grade 10 and 11 at complete free cost. Okay, guys. One more thing I want to say: it's not mandatory to put sales ledger here because it's already ledger account. You can just write sales account. That's what I wanted you guys to write it down. Then the last activity which we are going to do now, activity number 3. And let's move on to the topic. I show you what I have made an adjustment. So this is the adjustment I did actually. Here it was sales ledger account earlier. I'm saying you need to remove the sales ledger account and do it as sales account. You don't want to show ledger account. It's not a mandatory thing to show ledger account. Moving on to the next part of the sum, activity 4. We have, what do you have on activity 4? So there's few things which they are given. So don't get confused when they see a lot of journals like this on exam paper. You don't want to get panic, guys. Is that easy? So let's move on. The following is the file source documents of Nirmali's business. So Nirmali Traders Maharagama is selling to Gayashan Center. You can see it's an invoice, sales invoice. So you don't want to see the entire thing, what they are selling, television set, computers, trade discount is given. The value, what you need to see is amount. This amount only you need to see. When you are learning a sum like this, like Gayashan is the person which you are selling and the amount is 405,000. This is the thing which you need to see when you are preparing a sales journal. So you should not see these values and think, okay, what should I do? You just need to take these values and record it on the sales journal. So let's move on to the next part. On the next page, you guys can turn to, I think, let me say the page number. This is page number. What's this page number? 140. So I want you guys to turn to 141, right? So let me move on to the second column they have given. Nirmali Traders is again selling for another person, Nilution Center. What is the value they are taking? 114,000. You can see my spotlight. So this is the value you should take. And then again for Dil Shan Center they are selling for Lil Quella. It's in Lil Quella, but you don't want to write the name place. The company you sold 600,000 is the value. So they are giving a discount if the payment is made within a certain specific time period, but they are not speaking about how much payment has been made within the specific period. Let me see, is there any other requirement on the next page number? So let's move on to the required, prepare the sales journal using the following format. So as I said, you can take it as customer or debtor. So I'll take it as customer. Let's move on to the, yeah. And also they are saying that prepare the respective ledger account. So we're going to put all this value onto the ledger account. Is that easy? I'm not going to take a lot of time. It's going to be very simple. So I'm going to take 4 columns is more than enough to do this sum. So I'm going to move down. Activity number 3. Okay. Activity 3. I'm going to zoom a bit, guys. So we'll have a complete view on what we are going to do now. Okay. It's a very easy one, not that time-taking one also. So activity 3, I'm going to copy this format and paste it because it says the same thing. Hope you guys have started to do this sum with me. So here I'm going to erase these values. Let me start. Let me put a total column. So to make this question easy, finalize the sum in a fast manner. So moving on to the sum, we have, what do we have? We have date, invoice, customer, total value, ledger page is done. So let me move on to the sum, guys. So it's on 140th page. You guys can see we are selling for Gayashan Center. And what is the value we are selling? 405,000. So I'm going to take invoice number is 1820. So I'm going to take the date, second, third. You guys can see second, third. Okay. Second March. What is the invoice number? 1820, which we saw now. The date, where did I get this date from, guys? The date is here. You guys can see the date. 1820, and the date we have taken second, third, 2000. They have not given the year, so we just took second, third. And Gayashan Center we have taken, so we need to write Gayashan Center. So you can write, you don't want to write Gayashan Center, you just can write customer's name, Gayashan. So the amount is 405,000. So let me move on to the sum and show you. This is the final amount. So this trade discount before amount we should not take. We should take always the final amount. Trade discount is not taken into the books of account. I had explained you in chapter number 8 in cash book sum. I explained you completely how a discount actually works. So let's move on to the next part, guys. What do we have? I'm going to erase this off. Yeah. Moving on to the Nilution Center is the second thing Nirmali Traders is selling. So Nilution Center, we are selling for Nilution Center. The invoice number is 1821 and 16/3 is the date which we are selling, and the amount is 114,000. These are the 4 things which we need to notice. Let me move on to the next part. 16th, third, 16. We are having 1821 the invoice number. So Nilution. What is the value they have sold? 114,000 if I'm not mistaken, right? 114,000. So 1821 is completely correct. 114,000. Now it's done. We are moving on to the third one, third person. So Nilution Center is also done. So Nilution we have recorded. Moving on to the next part, the third invoice, sales invoice, which we have made, because you might see all these invoices made by Nirmali traders, and also Nirmali traders. So which is implementing that we have via the data. And how do we consider it as a sales invoice? Because you see it's sales manager which has been issued. Now then earlier invoices on purchase journal on the previous sum, like how do you find it is a purchase? Because they have given a format, and almost like they might say it's a purchase manager, purchase, some sort of way purchase will always be said. And also they would say like if you make the payment within this particular date of time, then of course you will get a discount. So if you are getting a discount, it is a purchase invoice. If you are giving a discount, you say discount will be allowed, then of course we'll be considering it as a sales invoice. And a purchase invoice, you will say you will receive a discount, so something like that. Now here Nirmali Traders, third one, Dilshan Center, page number 141. So I'm going to take Dilshan Center. 1822 is the invoice number, 18/3 2000, and the value is 600,000. So I'm going to move on to the next adjustment, the date 18/3, so third 18 and 1822 and Dilshan 600,000. Now I take my value, guys. What is the value I have? My total value is going to be 405, 114, and 600,000 is going to be 109, 1,119,000. So I'm going to record 1,119,000 here. Okay, it's easy. So I'm going to say here credited to sales ledger account, and the same format, guys. Now you all know how to do it already. Like it's, you think it's hard, guys. I mean, for me, for my students, I say that it's not that really hard. If you really work on and you watch the entire video properly, it won't be hard. You guys need to practice whenever you feel like you need to come and learn it. You have entire syllabus on this description, guys. So you can go like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, revise it anytime you want. That is something very comfortable for you guys. And if you have any questions, you can ask me on the comment section so I can explain you how to do the sum. So let me move on to the next part. Yeah, so I'm going to open up a sales ledger. Yeah, to record this particular transfer of ledger account. So I'm going to put a format. Actually, yeah, exactly this way. Make it small. I'll practice this text. So here I'm going to write sales account. What is the amount that transferred to the credit side? 1,119,000. And I'll write here 31st March debtors. So we have sold for debtors this much. I'm gonna open up three, like for whom I'm gonna open. I'm gonna show the complete view on the things what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna open up three ledger accounts. One, let me copy this, guys. It will save our time actually. So I'll copy this. So one ledger account, two ledger account, and three ledger account. So what are their names? Dayashan, Nilushan, and Dilshan. I'll record here. Dayashan account, Nilushan account. What's the next one's account, guys? Dilshan account. So Gayashan account is having 405,000, which we have made a sale. Sales account credit, debtors account debit. That's a double entry. So 405,000. Here, what we will record 405,000. How do we record, guys? We will record second, March sales. Then Ilushan is making a sale of 114,000. Only the final value should be taken into the books of account. So 16 March sales. And then finally, Dilshan has made a purchase of 600,000. And then we have 18th March. And again, we say it as sales. So easy as that. I have explained you activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3 completely. I explained you purchase journal and sales journal completely. I hope you guys understood the entire thing. And this particular thing, like this is the next topic which I'm going to speak on the next video of chapter 10, the general journal. So I hope you don't miss out this area. That is part 2 video which will be uploaded maybe within this week. Most probably, I have planned to upload this video maybe in 2 days of time or sometimes. So please be notified. Like whenever I upload a video, you should be notified what videos I'm uploading. For that, you need to subscribe the channel and also inform your friends. Like rather than going for classes and wasting your money, there's a channel like this that they can learn the entire stuff at free cost. It's always accessible. And also, if you just put YouTube 249 package from Dialog. Whatever the service you are using, you can just access this anytime you want. And I'm always there to help you guys. So please comment on the comment section. Every time you see a question like arising on your mind, you please be free. And my number is already there. My Instagram and Facebook is also already on the description. So you can follow me and ask me any questions you want. I'll be always there to help you guys. See you guys on another video. Have a nice day. Commerce with Mac. We'll come with another video on chapter number 10, part 2 about general journal. Have a nice day, guys.